Hello everyone, this is Dr. Vivek Kiranmai, Professor of CSC Department. I'm going to give a lecture on methods of passing the arguments to a function in C language. So, coming to the types of parameter passing methods in C, we have two types of parameter passing methods. One is call by value and the other is call by reference. What is call by value? In call by value, the values of the actual parameters have been copied into the formal parameters. Whereas in the call by reference, we copy the address of an argument into the formal parameter. So first we see the call by value along with a small example. So in the call by value, we take a real life example. See in this, both the functions have a glass of juice, right? Where one of the particular boy is having the juice. So this particular change will not be reflected in the other function. So, coming to the call by value in terms of the programming concepts, in the call by value method, the value of the actual parameter is copied into the formal parameters. We cannot modify the value of the actual parameter by the formal parameter, as seen in the real life example. So, different memory has been allocated for both the actual and also the formal parameter. So, the actual parameter is the argument which is used in the function call, whereas the formal parameter is the argument which is used in the function definition. So this is an example program on call by value. So in the main function, we have initialized the value of x to 100 and we have printed before the calling of the function x is printed. So that is nothing but 100. Now we call a function with the name change and we are passing an argument as x. So when you pass an argument x, here the value 100 is being passed to the change function. So coming to the change, again we are printing what will be the value of the num. So the variable num is equal to num plus 100 means 100 plus 100. So after adding the value inside the function, the num will be printed. That is nothing but 200. When coming back to the main function, when you exit from the change, the control will comes to the main function and after that we say that the value of x is, again x will be printed as 100 because whatever the value you change it in the function will not be reflected in the main function. This is about the call by value. Now coming to the call by reference. Call by reference is a method where you are passing the address to a function. Means both the actual parameters and the formal parameters are sharing the same address. So coming to the real life examples. Now both of the particular students are sharing the same bottle of juice. So when one drinks the water, that will be juice, sorry, it will be reflected in the other particular bottle also. Means nothing but both the functions or both the boys are sharing the same juice. So when both the parameters are sharing the same address, so the value, whatever you change it either in the main function or in the function will be reflected. So now coming to an example, we see that the same example as we have seen in the call by value, here instead of passing the 100, right, that is the value which is present in x, so we are passing the address of that particular variable. Okay, so before calling the function, we say we'll print what will be the value of x before the function call. So the x is 100. Now we call a function change with the variable address. So we say change ampersand x means here at the receiving end the formal parameter is nothing but it is a pointer. Okay, pointer is nothing but you say that it holds the address of the variable. So we are saying before adding the value inside the function what is the value of the num means 100, it will be 100. Now when you say star num is equal to star num plus 100, so it is nothing but the value will be changed in both the function as well as in the main program. So now the value of num will be 200 will be printed inside the function And when the control is passed to the main function, when you print x, printf, after function call x is equal to percentage x means instead of printing 100, it will be printed 200 because here the changes whatever you are making will be made at the same address location. So 200 will be printed. Now coming to the what are the differences between call by value and call by reference. When you come to the call by value, a copy of the value is passed into the function, whereas in the call by reference, an address of value is passed into the function. In the case of call by value, the changes made inside the function is limited to only to that particular function. The values of the actual parameters do not change because you are passing the copy of it. Coming to the call by reference, changes made inside the function validate outside the function also. The values of the actual parameters do change by changing the formal value. The last difference will be actual and formal parameters are created at different memory locations, whereas the actual in the case of call by reference, actual and formal parameters are created at the same memory locations. Thank you everyone for listening to me.